Not every day I get to read to you all. I have eaten a fortune cookie, and I'm going to read you my fortune. Winning lottery numbers for today are 5, 8, 10, 23, 25, 26. And my fortune cookie says, Vous vivre, oh sorry, that's the French side. You will make a change for the better. What's sad is that the French side doesn't have the lottery numbers. So in Canada, being a bilingual country, you either have French and English, and the French side often gets the worst experience. Or maybe the better. You might notice that my speech today is going to sound very weird because there's a bunch of shit in my mouth at the moment. It's not bad, but it just takes a while to heal. So it's a lot better than yesterday for sure. Uh, I've been scraping at it for a good couple hours too, but it hasn't really changed much. Today is a bit of a break from scheduled programming, but also kind of keeping on the same theme because there's actually quite a few horror games as well. We're doing something a bit different. It's Steam Next Fest, and there's a bunch of games I've been waiting for a long time. I finally got some demos, so I was like, okay, good. It's a good time for us to play these. There's nothing for us to talk about, except last night I thought the internet was dying, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but I want you all to know. Last night Reddit was down, and I was like, oh god, the internet is a dying. And the reason why I always feel that whenever a major site like Reddit goes down is because it feels like Reddit is like one of those sites where everyone's aware of it, at least in some sense. And it felt very coincidental given the amounts of cyber attacks that have been going on. To be fair, I think this is the year of cybersecurity. And by the year of cybersecurity, I mean specifically the year when cybersecurity is not really taken seriously. There's a lot of different things that have happened this year regarding it. I mean, the least of which is the Pokemon leaks, which I don't care about. Like I'm going to tell you right now, I really don't give a shit. I thought that'd be something cool in the Pokemon leaks, but the only cool thing that I found was that like some characters are called like sexy Spanish people, and I was like, oh cool. And then you look at it and it's like, well, I guess. And the only other cool thing was that we learned the scary truth that people who make Pokemon are horny and they're also furries. And it's like, what did you expect? Like, that's exactly the kind of person you want to be making Pokemon. It's like, newsflash, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, it is DNA. It's the DNA of Pokemon to have sexy characters. Well, I can't say sexy characters, most of them are children. But Nurse Jory is an adult, and when I was a child, I was like, Nurse Jory, I wish my nurse was like that. My nurse makes me faint by taking my blood away. As well as Pokemon like Gardevoir. So, you just kind of expect that. But other than that, there wasn't anything else like crazy cool that like enticed me. And that's because I'm a very lay person within Pokemon. So I'm going to tell you right now, as a lay person who engages with the Pokemon product, but doesn't like give a shit about anything else about Pokemon as a whole, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna say it right now because this is one person has already asked if we discussed it, and I really don't give a shit. Like it's and I need to remind all of you in chat sometimes, even like the lurkers and the viewers, if I don't give a shit, I really won't bother with it. Like I really don't care, right? Even for like drama, like if I'm not one of the parties involved, I really don't give a shit about anything. If I have no stake in it, whether or not if I care about it or not, I really don't care. I have my opinions on things. Like I look at that person and I'm like, oh, you're a shit person. But that's not really important to the discussion, right? Or I look at the franchise and I go, that's, it's not really my kind of franchise because of this XYZ, right? But it's like, it's not really my type of deals to talk about here. So I need to remind people, if you want to talk about this stuff, you can just talk about it. You don't need to wait for somebody to tell you about the thing for you to be able to talk about the thing. There's this weird phenomenon that I'm noticing from a lot of chatters where they'll wait for somebody else to talk about something before they start to talk about it themselves. But it's like, you can just start talking about it. And if nobody answers, well, it sucks that you got soft rejected, but the reality of it is that it won't appeal to everybody. So go ahead, talk about whatever you want. Don't ask me if I'm going to talk about it. Because if I was going to talk about it, I would have talked about it. And so asking me it's such a weird, nonsensical question. Because it's like, if I would have talked about it, I would have talked about it. If I don't talk about it, it's because I was never going to talk about it. However, if I don't know about it, at least you throw it out there. But like, don't ask me if I'm gonna talk about it because it's like I don't even know what it is. Like, I literally don't even care. So it's like, yeah, it's very important to sort of recognize that. And also, I'm noticing a lot of people who like ask me questions. They ask me questions in the most vague manner. I always wonder, like, please just give me some more context. If you say Pokemon leak, I'm like, if I Google that, I'm gonna get like a million different results. I have no clue what this is. Can you be a little more specific? Like, it takes me a moment to parse what people are talking about. It's like I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. I'm begging all of you. You know what it is? I'm gonna put a new rule. If you're vague about something, I just ignore you. I actually don't care. If you give me a specific context link or something, then I'll care. Otherwise, I won't give a shit. You know, bare minimum effort equals bare minimum response. That's my rant for today about the chatters. In general, most of you have been very, very good, but some of you have been gnawing at my patience, which is, to say the least, very frustrating. I'm realizing that there's the hardest part of this job is not telling all of you to fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, that's the hardest part. I'm just kidding. It's also not a job. I actually do find it funny that people kind of feel this is a job, but at the same time, it's also like I get how it could be a job too. It's fascinating when you do it from a casual level. None of it really matters, but when you do it from a serious level, everything matters. It's like there's a lot more responsibilities, and all of a sudden, there's a lot more like effort that you have to put in. But doing it from a casual level feels nice. Feels very chill to just play with this sort of like space. I'll be right back, and then we're going to jump right into the demos. I have no songs for you today. I know I said last time maybe I'll have songs for y'all, but honestly, I couldn't find anything new that I really, really enjoyed that wasn't just weird ambience. And I'm not saying that ambience is like bad for the stream, but because like it's ambience. Ambience is weird. Ambience feels like it's defined to be the background music and the background noise of things, and not necessarily the thing that you'd want to listen to. Ambience always kind of feels like it should be heard but never felt, heard but never seen. It's made to make you, or to put you into a space, but it's not really made to do anything else but put you into that space. So, unfortunately, you get no music. In the meantime, BRB, I need to clear something from my mouth really quick. That's why I said, oh fudge, inside chat. I'll be back in a moment, and we'll get started with all the demos. And that's it for me. Actually, I'm just gonna call it, because honestly, after that, nothing can like top that. And like, you know what? I was gonna go longer, but honestly, I feel like the day has been made. Like the day is done. You know what I mean? End on a high note, and tomorrow we'll go back and we'll hit the lows. I'll be back tomorrow. Wednesday I'll be gone. Thursday I don't know if I'll be gone, but I'll be back tomorrow up until like 7 p.m. when my wife is good to go for our dates. Good night. Thank you again for the raids, and hope that you all enjoyed that. The Minecraft creeper blew us up. You off to bed? Thanks for the insanity. No worries. I always bring the insanity here. You never really know what you're gonna get when you come into my stream, right? You never really know. Yeah. See you next time. Power wash. We could do power wash. I am down. I'm honestly down for anything, but not today, because here today we have to end on a high note. Bye everyone. Have a great night. And sleep tight. And be you. See you all on Discord actually. Bye.